Merry Christmas. My name is Cheryl Touchton, and I'm the director of Pocket Full of Change Ministries. Today is day 9 in a 25-day Advent devotional series based on my book, Pocket Full of Christmas, having a purpose-filled Advent. Today's topic, the Christmas stars. Stars are important to us at Christmas. They twinkle on top of our trees, and they light up our houses. The reason they're important is because of that first star so many years ago that led the wise men to our precious baby Jesus. The kind of stars I want to talk about today are those people that starred in the very first Christmas, that production where God was the director, and for centuries he lined everybody and everything up to be perfect. He had to get Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem, and he used Caesar Augustus and a census to get them there, and a good director does that. Now, like many directors in today's plays, God played 3 starring roles. First of all, he was the father. He was the daddy of the baby. Secondly, he was the baby. Our God came down to earth to live on earth. And third, he was the Holy Spirit, and he was everywhere. He was with Mary and Elizabeth in that first worship service as they celebrated their babies. He was with the angels as they delivered the news. So the Holy Spirit was everywhere in that first Christmas. And then he picked his leading lady, Mary, a pure young woman who had prepared for this role her entire life. And let's talk about Mary's co-star, the angel Gabriel. Now, he had a tough role. He didn't have many lines. If you think about it, every single one of his lines started with, "Fear not," because everywhere he went, people were afraid of him. And then he delivered the news. And then let's talk about Joseph. Joseph was a co-star. Joseph was a just man who, when he found out his wife-to-be was going to have a baby that wasn't his, he was going to put her away quietly and not embarrass her. But God said, no, no, no. And Joseph listened. And now let's talk about the supporting cast. There were the shepherds who were fearful when they saw the heavenly host, but they listened. And then they went to find the baby Jesus. And then God spoke not only to the simple shepherds, but to the wise and the rich, the wise men. And he spoke to them, and they opened their treasures, and they gave to the baby Jesus. They were generous. And every good play has a bad guy. King Herod was such a perfect villain. First of all, he was fearful. He was worried about what was going to happen to his kingdom. He was demanding. He called everybody together and demanded to know about this Christ child. And he was also cunning. He told the wise men, go find the baby Jesus. And when you find him, tell me about him so I can worship. But that was a lie, because that's what villains do. They lie. So this production of that very first Christmas has been replayed for centuries. Churches put on things called Christmas pageants, where they pick a holy, pure Mary to play it, and a baby Jesus and a Joseph and shepherds, and they dress up and they repeat this production year after year. We also play a role in this year's Christmas. We have our own roles. Some of us are the innocent Mary. Some of us are the faithful, like the supporting characters of Zachariah and Elizabeth and the baby John. Some of us play the shepherds. We're fearful, but we go anyway. And some of us are the villain, the bad guy in Christmas, and just running around and ruining Christmas for everyone. Every good play has a review. That first Christmas got terrible reviews. The world actually crucified Jesus. But God had an answer to that review. God's answer was the resurrection. He overcame death because he loved the world so much. And the reviews in our own lives are being written every day as the world looks at us and tries to decide whether to follow that star to the baby Jesus. So my question today is, how bright are you burning? What kind of star are you? And do you understand that even in this year's Christmas production, this is only the dress rehearsal? Because you see, the real show is in heaven. And everything that happens to us on earth is just the dress rehearsal for this production. And we're giving this dress rehearsal over and over again with our life. So how are the reviews on your life? Is it drawing people to the baby Jesus? Merry Christmas. Pocket Full of Change Ministries would be grateful if you would consider us for a year-end tax-deductible donation. I hope you're having a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.